I will.
Recording is on.
Okay. I will. Um, I will explain something about how you can make coding in your classroom really accessible for everybody. So I will talk a little bit about myself, how I do it. I'm a teacher, and I'm teaching coding for a long time already. And I will give you a few examples, but if you have questions, please ask me. Just put on your phone and put on your microphone and ask me, because that is easier than typing it in the chat, I guess, because then else I will not hear it. So I will share my screen and I will show you some examples, and then we go very practical. I will show you and you can join in the practical part. So do you see my presentation? Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes, yes, yes.
Then it's good to hear. I'm Pauline Maas. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm originally a teacher of Dutch from Netherlands, and also embroidery, so a very creative study. But when I finished my study, there was no jobs in education, so I started to work in computers. Then the computers were very big, as you'll see here, were really big computers, but I was really interested in it, and I learned from doing it the whole time. I'm teaching in a school of blind and visual impaired children. I do that for 2 days a week, and then that is really challenging to think how can I help my students to learn how to code, because that is my mission in that school. I'm an EU coding ambassador, so for two weeks a year, we teach coding in the whole Europe with many teachers, and then we always work up to this moment of 2 weeks with lots of coding in all the schools in Europe. I'm writing a book about the microbit. On this picture you see Peter Heldens too. I'm writing it with him. And here are one of the projects. And I'm a mother of 4 children. And they are all a little bit older, so they're getting boyfriends and girlfriends. And we're doing like a lot of fun, of course. This is a pre-corona picture. So I'm teaching coding. And then when I found out in my studies that Jean Piaget, he looks like the children have a real understanding only if they really invented themselves. And I think that is really important, because you cannot learn swimming by YouTube, watching a YouTube movie or watching somebody else will do it. You have to do it yourself. And that is the same for you. If you want to teach your students how to learn how to make code, you have to try it yourself. You have to do it. You have to try it. And you don't have to be perfect in it, but you just have to try it and do it. Jean Piaget says there are 4 different kinds of stage where children are learning. In the first stage, in the sensomotor stage, from birth till 2 years old, they touch everything and they just want to explore and everything. And then from 2 till 7 years, they are in the pre-operational stage, and then they get much more understanding, and that goes up. If you want to teach them coding, they're really abstract coding of scripting, not just block coding, but scripting too, they have to be in the formal operational stage, so 12 and up. That means that if you work in primary school, you do a lot of block coding and unplugged activities with your students. And only when they are 12 and older, they really you can start learning them how to write scripting and real coding. But before that, you have to learn them all the principles about coding, which is nice to do. And you can do that in a lot of unplugged ways, so without using a computer. Seymour Papert, he was in 1960 already busy with learning children how to code. And he say they have the real understanding when they are do meaningful things. So writing a poem or a story or making a robot. So not just coding, but to really make something with the code, with the coding. That is for him was really important. And I always like to refer to that because I noticed too that it is important that it is really meaningful. Maybe you have seen this already, this movie already, but sometimes it's really easy to have a coding lesson in your classroom. For instance, here students, they describe how you can make a sandwich, a peanut butter sandwich. They have to describe every step, how they put on the butter on the bread, how to get the bread out of the box, how they put the sandwich on, how to cut the bread, and how they eat it. So those kind of lessons are unplugged lessons, and there are a lot of those lessons on C as unplugged. So you can follow those and you can try them out. You don't need a computer, you don't need anything. It is just usually talking and describing what you can do. I will not show this movie, but I put the link of this presentation in the chat, so you can look at the movie later if you want to. I want to go back to this sheet because everything you learn new, you will go through the same stages. If you have never touched a microbit before, and today is the first time, you are in the sensomotor stage of coding the microbit. So the stages you go through are always kind of the same. First, a kind of investment, and then a looking back, and then only when you know a lot of things about a microbit or something else, then you are in the last stage, and then you can really design something and make something. Here is a project I made with students from primary school from 10 till 12 years old. They all got in groups a box, a microbit, a LED light, a servo motor, and a piezo to make sound. And this is what they made. It's all really fun to see. And there were some lights and some movement and some other things. I did the same project in the age from 12 till 14 years old. And think about, what do you think was the difference between this project and the projects from the older children? What do you think was the difference? Can somebody answer that, please? Here you can see the difference. When this is the 10 to 12 years old, and this is the 12 to 14 years old. And here you see they really use a much abstract way of using the servo motors. So lots of things were moving, heads were moving, and arms were moving. So they really got an understanding how they could move something. So if you look at the stages of Jean Piaget, those students are in the last stage. Really they can make something, and they understand something, and they can make the code. So this is so if you do a coding which is too difficult for young children, they will not understand it, and they will not make the things that they want to make, and they get really frustrated. So it is important really to make the steps, very small steps, when you're going to start coding with your students. So coding is a part of computational thinking, and computational thinking is in the Netherlands really a big topic at this moment. And computational thinking is using the computer to solve a problem. So it is so all the schools are necessary. They have to teach computational thinking, but lots of teachers, they find it really difficult to do. So, but there are lots of easy steps to do that, and I will show a few of them. And also, when you talk to your students and they want to make something, I always say, think big, but start small. If you want to light a Christmas tree with 1,000 lights, just start with one light. If you can light that one, then the others will come too. So don't start with 1,000 right away, but make really small steps if you want to code something. If you have some questions, please ask me. So this is what we're going to do I will show you 4 different kinds what you can learn how to code with your students. One of them is really the Scratch Junior, which is for young children how to do it. Can work. It can be done on a tablet, on a phone, and it is till around 6, 8 years old. You can do this coding, and also there is now a beta version, so you can also play it on a computer. You can download it, so you don't need any internet to do it. Then I will show you Scratch, the new Scratch, what you can do. I will show you the Microsoft MakeCode. Oh, I put the link is not okay. I will change that later. And also the arcade MakeCode. So I will change that later. So have some of them, do you know all those things, or is there an interest in one thing, what you want to learn first?
Ma'am, actually we have done Scratch.
You have done Scratch. Really good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
In our
very
school.
good. Yeah. Well, I will just show it for the people who have never done it, but then I think I will go the most time. Here I go to an arcade mode and the microbit. So I will open Scratch, because Scratch is really good to know for young children. Do you see my Scratch screen now or not?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I will make it a bit different. Make it a big. So this is the Scratch version I have on my computer. It is the same on the tablet or on your phone. Here is the start button. And then here you see some projects I've made already on my computer. I can say here plus, and I create a new project. Here you can see a person.
Pauline,
yes.
Maybe you minimize the PowerPoint so that.
I will go back a daily stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so that be able to see.
Yeah, I will do the. Okay. I do another. Yes. Here. Share your screen. So you see my Scratch now? Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Thank
you.
Yes,
please.
Very good. Very good. Well, this is Scratch Junior, and so this is for young children. And here you see this little guy. He is standard on it, and I can say here on the top of on the button. Here you can say you move one step. I can click up it, and he's moving one step. You see? Or you can say I want to move back. He's moving back, and he's changing right away. So I also can say you can move a little bit. So he's moving a little bit. And here are also the Scratch. Here's the green flag, what you can use. So I can press the green flag, and you see he is moving and he is creating something. And here I can say, hi, hello. Hit the green flag. Hi. So I can add another figure here with the plus. So there are lots of figures here, what you can choose for, or you can draw yourself. So let's make an astronaut. I can put the astronaut here, and you can see it is the same way. Here I can say he's going up and he's going down. And I can say I want to repeat that 4 times. And also start with the green button. See, he's doing that. Yes, you see, he's doing that. And which is fun also, I can say, hello, hello. So you can simply record something. Hello, hello. So very simple, and you see, like small children, they make like conversations together by really recording the things they want to say. Hello, my name is, and then the other one, how many brothers and sisters do you have? So this is very easy to do. If you see, my astronaut has no no eyes, so I can draw eyes in there if I want to. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's not really easy doing here in this screen, but you can draw eyes, or you can draw other things, or you can even make a picture if you want to. So that's really fun to do if you want to. Oh, here it is. Here's an eye. You see? Another eye. I'm not really good in drawing eyes, you see? So if you want to use a background, you go here to the background, and then you can say, okay, this is my background, and you really can start making a story.
Hello, hello.
It is saved right away. You don't have to do anything about it. And here you can say plus, and you can make another scene, and you can go from one scene to the other. So this is Scratch Junior. Very easy to use, very simple for young children. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your tablet, so many different kinds of things. Have somebody of you made that already, or tried it already? Had you heard of it?
We were taught Scratch in our curriculum in 2 years back, and Scratch Junior, I tried it on my own for my siblings.
Yeah. I think Scratch Junior is a really nice way to start, to just let them play with it, and they get familiar with all the different kind of blocks what they can use. And they use kind of the same with the green flag and with the repetition. So I think that is really good. Yeah. Have you more questions about it? Yeah.
Just maybe an addition for teachers who are teaching programming. It's a very good platform to use if you are teaching young boys and girls how to program, especially the iterations, the loops.
Yes.
It's very good. And once they understand that concept, then you move on to another maybe higher stage. I think they'll learn a lot. It's a good, actually. It's good.
Yeah.
And students can actually even contribute their sprites or their program, their projects on the platform of MIT, so that they can exchange ideas. And they can even do competitive projects, whereby after they do some competitive projects, they can also learn from others by downloading what their friends have done, and look at the complex codes that their colleagues have done. It's a very good thing.
Yeah. I will show some Scratch now, which is really very easy way to do it. I did like yesterday, like 5 classes. So it's really fun to see how the children are picking up it very quickly with just a simple code I will provide with you now. So they can be creative. And in the beginning, they just have to explore what it is. And then the next step is, make a story in Scratch and look at the others the story have made. So really aimed on the creative way and the writing way and the literacy way, not so much on the coding, because the coding will come, but yes, they need some experience with it. So I will share my screen again. We'll go here. I hope. Do you see my Scratch screen, or I have to do it again, I guess? Yeah.
That's visible.
You're able to see it? It's there?
No, Fenster. No, here. Chrome tablet, okay. So you see my Scratch screen? Can you see my Scratch screen, please? Yeah.
I think it's still populating. You can only see the black screen.
Oh, the black screen, then it is not the right way. So here. Then I will go one step ahead to create. So another share. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it now. Yes.
So very good to hear. Okay, a few very simple steps what you can do. What I always start with this cat, because this cat is always there, and I always say like, okay, let's press a space, and I want him to change color by the effect. So I press the space and it will immediately change the color. Then I always say, you know, coders are really curious. So if you see here, you can press on this little dot and then you can say, I want to change it into fish eye, try it. And then they start laughing and they want to try other things there too, because then they won't see that it is changing and they can really use something to do it. So this is a very easy one. And then of course they ask, okay, but how can I go back to the first one? It's very easy. Press the red button and then you can try again. So this is a very simple way just to start Scratch with. And then I say, you know, I want to press the green flag and then I want him to turn. So I say, okay, you say here, turn 15 degrees, and I press the green flag and it starts a little bit of turning, but I don't want to continue doing this. So what shall I do? And then they always start thinking about how that's happening. It has to be repeated. And then I show them, here is the repetition from, and then you see it turning. But I think it's going too fast. So how do you think you can make him smaller turning? Oh, we have to use like a weight or something. And then they say, okay, oh, that is too slowly, miss, that is too slowly. Then I'll change it to this one. And then you see it is really changing and then it's going away and it's going to turn and turn and turn and turn. So this is a very easy way to do. And then they say, okay, I want to have like another person with it. See if I can try it. Yeah. Oh, here it is. I press here and I put in another person. For instance, I want a parrot. So animals, I want a parrot here. So here's a parrot. Whoa, my parrot is a little big. So I can change it here into the size. I want him to have 50%. So it is a little smaller. So, and I want him to fly from the left to the right. So how can I do that? I always ask, how can I do that? What must happen then? And then they always say, usually say, okay, he has to move forward. Okay. Yeah, he can move forward, but I want to have him flap his wings. And then I look at the costumes. I say, oh, wow, he has having two different kind of costumes. So I say, okay, let's move costumes then. So where is the next costume? So it's here. Yeah, but that's not exactly what I want. I want him to move the whole time. So then I say, okay, then I need like, also when I press the green flag and I need it forever, the repetition has to be forever. So here it goes. Oh, but that's not, so it has to turn when it is at the end. So here, it has to start here. Then you know it has to start there. So, and then there is another block what you can use that it can turn at the end. Does somebody know what the block is called to turn at the end?
Bounce at edge.
Bounce at edge. Very good. It is somewhere here. If on edge, bounce. Here you see. There it goes. Oh, it's going the upper way. So how can I change that one? What's the code for that one? Do you know that? Here you can say set rotation from left to right. So let's see what's happening. Yes, it's bouncing the right way, you see? Then of course you want to have a background. Here you are. Then it looks completely different already when the background. And of course you can add some sound and then your story is there. If you can say here with the looks, you can say something like, hello, with the cat, or sorry, So you can say hello, or you also can add some really sound. So this is really like a basic of Scratch, and you can use in the basic of Scratch at least a few lessons when you really say to your students, start making a story with Scratch. And then they have to look at their stories of each other, and then they can continue making it. And what I really like is that you have here with the plus and the button, you can add like the microbit, you can add video sensing, text to speech, you can translate, you can add the Mindstorms and the Lego redo. So that's making Scratch a lot interesting, very interesting at all. So that is kind of Scratch. So you have some questions about that? Are you using that? Oh, there's the link. Yeah, I see. Do you have some questions about it? Do you use Scratch a lot? Yeah, you can speak, no problem. Yeah. Mr. Kalunga, you can speak. Yeah, you can download Scratch too. Yeah, we don't hear you, Mr. Kalunga. Can you open up your camera, your mic? Yes, I hear you now.
Yes, yeah, it's a nice program, and I'm interested at Markham College of do some programs. Now, I was asking about how to download this software so that at this time I can do some programs.
Yeah, you can look for download Scratch. So you can download it. I can put a link in the presentation because I put the link of my presentation already in there, and I will put the link to the Scratch link in there. So then you have it all together. That's no problem. You can download it and then you don't need internet. So that is very good. Scratch is not working on your phone or on a tablet. So maybe they will make it one time, but they prefer to do it. And the nice way about Scratch is that people from the whole world are playing it. It is in different kind of languages, in many, many, many languages. And if you have an account on Scratch, you can share your the projects you make, or also you can look at the projects other people made, and then you can use that one to make your own project. So you can see how did those students made it. Or you can look for projects of for language or math or well, different kind of topics. So you can use it really in a classroom. Okay, then I want. Yeah.
In addition, when downloading, Mr. Kalunga, when downloading, you have to look at the operating system that you have, because there are different versions. And if you're using Mac, you can download for Mac. If you're using Windows, you can download for Windows. Like what Shad explained, it's very, very interesting that first of all, you look at the operating system that you have, then you can download. It's free of charge. As she explained earlier on, it's open source. So once you download it, they can use it on the machine. We can actually install it in all the machines, the computers that you have, and the students can be using them. Even learning mathematics, even learning programming, robotics. You see, that's why she touch that area, especially for my colleagues who are in Zambia. You know, there's this part of programming, robotics, where students have to do hands-on. Scratch is a very interesting program to use, and the students will learn how to do the coding and actually see how the if then else statements are used using the blocks.
And it is very creative because you have lots of those programs, and then they have to fill in, it's like puzzle stocks, and there's only one correct. But with Scratch, it's very creative, so they can go all the way, and girls like it a lot. So, and I think that is important too. Yeah. So I want to continue with the microbit. The microbit is a mini computer, and it is designed to learn children how to code. You have this version is version 1, And then here is version 2, which is a little different with a sound sensor in there and a touch sensor here. And on the back, this is a piezo, so you can make sound on this right away. And you can attach crocodile clips to it, so you can attach like a LED light, a servo motor, and other things you can attach it to. And it got different kind of sensor. He can see that he can read the temperature. It is an accelerometer is on there. Is a compass on here. Bluetooth can be connected to your phone. So you can program this one with a phone or a tablet too, which is really good. Then you can connect it with the Bluetooth, and you can connect 2 or more microbits to each other, because it has a radio on it too. So, and they can be 70 meters apart. And when I saw the microbit first time and I saw the power of it, I was immediately in love with it. So I remember our workshop, in Sydney we had. So here I will share my screen with it. Do you know the microbit? Have you experienced already? No? So you can program the microbit in the block coding. You can do it in Python, in JavaScript, in MicroPython. So many different ways how you can code a microbit. I want to share my screen, but in the beginning it's always like a little bit different. Like, okay, what shall I use? I think it is this one. Yeah, do you see my screen for the microbit?
Yes.
Yes. So I can say new projects, and I can say, okay, testing, first project. Oh, I will put it in English. Language, English. Oh, you saw, I did it very quickly. You can see there are many, many languages where it is in. It is now in 60 different countries is the microbit. So on start, the microbit on start, you can add like a show icon. I can put it in. It will fit together. You can hear a little click. And here you can choose what kind of picture you want to have. And here you see in the preview, you see it right away. I can use like an input on button A pressed. I can say, okay, a string. And then I can put in my name or something else, Pauline. And here I can press A. And then it will come. So this is really the preview. I can copy this with my right click, double. I can say press B. I don't want to have like a show string. I want to have like a show number. And then I want to have my lucky number. I press a B, and then the number will appear. I can see how it is looking like this code in JavaScript, or I can use Python here, or you can change Pauline into hello, something else, doesn't matter. And I can change to the blocks, and he changed it into hello again. He changed it into hello. For instance, I can make like a dice. So I can use as input, I can say on shake. So if I shake it, there must be appearing a number. So I say here, okay, show a number. And then you see immediately there's a new button here, and I say shake. And then that is 0. But of course, a dice is a number between 1 and 6. So I go to math, and here's pick random. I can put it in between 1 and 6. And here you say shake, 2, 6, 3. You see? And now the best part is I can attach a microbit to it. With a USB, I can attach a microbit to it. And I can say here, it is for me connected already. And I say download. and it is downloaded immediately to the microbit. And you see here, it is on the microbit, and I can shake it, and I have my dice. So I can make also like an animation. For instance, I can say, I want to use like an A-B button. And I want to use like 2 different kind of icons. If I press here A-B, it is appearing 1 time. So, and I can put a loop around it. Do another time. You see, and then now the only thing I have to do is download. And I press AB. And then you see the animation is there. So this is a very easy way to do it. And of course you have here like advanced buttons and even extensions. So you can use like the servo motor, or you can use the NeoPixel. So that is really fun to use, and different kind of things what you can use. So I want to show you how you can make a very simple game. I put it also in the presentation, so you can, if I go too fast, you can do it yourself. So I go here to the home. My products I made are always here, no problem. And here are a lot of tutorials what you can follow, you see? Also the making, here is the milky carton I made, the inchworm I made, here's the octopus. So that is what I made. So different kind of things what you can use. So there's a lot of free material available. So I make here a first, I'm calling it a game. So when I start my game, I want to have like a variable, and I call it ship. I make like a Space Invaders. I want to make like a Space Invaders. So I say, set my ship on start, set my ship, and I go to the game, on, create a sprite, create a sprite. So if I look at the ship now, it's in the middle. I don't want to have it in the middle. I want to have it somewhere here. So if I look at it here, it's called 2-4. You can see it. So it is here, 2-4. Now, can I see if it's going down? Yes, it's going down. But I want to have the X, so the button, it has to be a variable. So I say here, pick random between 1 and 4. So see if it is going. Yes, there it is. So then it's on the other way. Now what I want to do is, if I press button A, I want him to go to the left. If I press button A, then I wanted to go to the left. So I want to say move by, change the ship by -1. So here it goes, you see? And then of course, and if I press B, it has to go to the other way. Yeah, so I can control now my ship. Now I have to make something else, because it has to go, the enemy has to go up, appear on the top, and has to go down. So I have to make another variable, and I call it enemy. And that will be in the forever loop. And say this set the enemy. And then that's kind of the same like the first create a sprite. Create a sprite. And then also pick random between 1 and 4, but on the top. Oh. then you see there are 4 coming at the same time because he will change a lot of them. So now I will say pause. Randomly between 1,000 and 2,000. So I have to make, there's one, you see? And there's another one. So now we have to make a loop. It has to go down. So it's another pause. For instance, this one. And then now change. And now I have to change the A with 1. See it's going? You see? It's going. Now there is a small game already. Now the only thing we have to do, if they touch each other, you lose a point. So, but if it's coming to the end, you lose a life or other one. So now I have to use the logic one. So I can stop it here. I have to use the logic one. So if I go to the game, if, where it is, if, here you see, if the enemy, how can you have to use the variable too? If the enemy is touching the ship, then I can say game over or remove a life. Yeah. Let me go for the game over. Yeah. Else, then I say I want to have a point. Set score with 1. Oh no, not set score, sorry. Stupid, change score with 1. And then we have to delete the sprite. Oh. Delete the enemy. And of course, you need a kind of a pause in there. So this is a kind of a game which you can start. This is really a basic game what they can play here. Now I lost already because it went too fast. So I think this pause had to be a little bit higher. So you have to change a little bit. Try it. Yes. Oh, I was too late. So if you really download it on your microbit, it will work. And the fun part is too that you can share it. And I can put this link in the chat already. So you can try it, or you can give this basic code to your students so they can try it too. So this is a really simple way what you can use, and you have to use variables, and you have to use logic. You have to use loads. You have to really use something with the game design. So I think that is really good to, oh, here I say stop. I had to look for the stop. There is the link I just made. You can share it with your students. So, and now the last bit, I want to show you the arcade tool, which is really a little bit higher level for coding too, which you can make like an arcade game, what you can play on your phone, and you can even make it on your phone. Or are there any questions about the microbit? Oh, you can make really fun things with the microbit. So that is important, I think. So when I started making things with the microbit, I always thought it was fun to do and really make some variables and other things. But one of the first things I was this really flower with a LED light in there. And you have to use this battery, these cables attached to your microbit. But you also can make like a flower, or make a drawing with a LED light in there and just attach some cables to it. And for instance, the next one is hacking a Barbie. So you put in like, you open the Barbie at the back and you attach it to it. And then I made these shoes. I walk on these shoes so now and then. And then this is my next project I made last week or a few weeks ago. I made this, if I press the button, oh, let me put it on. Is it working? Yes, here it is. You see? There it is. And I embroidered all those LED lights on this one. And then sometimes you can wear it like this. I see there is a hand. Somebody will ask something. Ask, please tell me. Ask me.
Where can we get the microbits from?
What did you say?
Where we will get the microbits?
You can buy microbits anywhere online. So so I think you just have to look in your own country. They are just under $20 usually. If you buy a lot of them, it is a lot cheaper, of course. So, but I don't know how you have how you can buy it in your own country. But it is available in 60 different countries. Just look at it. More questions?
I want to ask a question. Actually, I wanted to ask a question that is it just available online or it can be downloaded from Microsoft?
No, it is. No, you can download the microbit app on a tablet or on your phone, and then you can use the Bluetooth to code it.
Okay.
So you don't have to. So it's online is not necessary.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now I want to show the arcade game. Share your screen. Oh, I first have to open it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. This is on the same website for where you can code a microbit. It's made by Microsoft, but now I will use the arcade game. And I can, I will do the tutorial, Chase the Pizza. And here you can choose, do it in block coding, JavaScript or Python. I do it in block coding. Here you can see what you have to do. You are the smiley, you have to chase the pizza. And then when you don't touch the pizza, when you touch the pizza, you have to get more, you have to get the pizza again and you get points. So you have a player. So here is, those are the tips. You can see it is 16 levels or 19 levels, and we are at level 2 already because we saw the introduction. He says, open the scene toolbox. So here's the scene toolbox and set the background color. So set the background color. That's it. And then you say next. So nothing else, next. So now it's level 3. In set the background color block, you can click on the green level and you can change the color. So what color should I pick? What color do you want? What will be my background color? Yes?
Your screen isn't visible to me.
It's not visible?
Yeah,
Ma'am, your screen is paused.
Oh, okay. I can stop sharing and then can try it again.
yes.
It says share screen, audio, no audio. Chrome tablet, make code. So do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Oh, luckily. Luckily, yeah. Here, this is the tutorial. I'm in chasing the pizza. So here I can say on start, set background color. And now I can pick the color. What color should I pick? What color do you want?
Can pick blue.
Blue. Here's blue. It's my favorite color. So, and here you see it's immediately changing into blue. You can buy those small play. You can. It is a little bit bigger than the microbit. You can even buy it and play it on there. So I say next. Here is open sprite in the toolbox drawer and drag the first block. So here is sprite. And here is say, set my sprite. And it will create a player in your game. So, but there is no player yet. So here you see, I go to level 5. Draw a player character by clicking on the gray screen. So I click here. I can draw one, but I also can say, look at the gallery. So what will be my player? You pick one. Shall we play with the fish or with the Pokemon or a monkey? What do you think will be fun? We play with the duck then. Okay, here is the duck. You can draw yourself, of course, but because of the time, I will not do it. Yeah. And now you will see that the duck is in here. The duck will be in here right away. I say next. Now open the controller. Here's the controller. And here's move the sprite with my buttons. So let me make here. I can move my sprite with my buttons. So I can use my key press button on my keyboard, or I can use it here too. You see, I can use it here too. Okay, next. Open the sprite toolbox and set my sprite 2 on the start. Here. So there will be another sprite. I say next. Here, set my sprite and clicking on my sprite and rename. I can rename it. Here, not sprite, but I can say rename it. And I said food. Pizza. So now it is, you see, it's changed here. And here I can say also me, Pauline. So this Pauline, here it is. And we're going to chase the pizza. Here in the set pizza block, here, set pizza block, click on the player. And here you say it has to be food. This is important because you have a player and the one who is chased. If you looked at the game I just made in the microbit, you saw the ship was the player and the enemy was falling down. So here's kind of the same. You always have, this is the game story, which is always there. Here. Now, I click here on the gray piece. I go to the gallery and I will get the pizza. The pizza. Yes. So here's pizza. Here's me. And there's this big pizza. So I will get fat eating that. Yeah. So you see very quickly, or I can say I can change it, of course. I go to next. Yeah. Open the sprite toolbox. And here. And they say on sprite overlaps another sprite. On sprite overlaps another sprite. So if the sprite and the pizza are touching each other, something will happen, of course, because that is the game. So I go to the next. And then I say click on the second. So if the player overlaps the other one, but here I have to change it into the food. Now you know that this is the food and this is the player. So the food is not doing nothing yet. So when your player overlaps the pizza, let's add a point to your game. So open the info and here change the score by 1. Now you see right away that my score is going up, you see? But if I go out there, it stops. If I touch it, I get score. So I have to make it a little bit more interesting. So if I touch it, then the pizza has to move. So let's position the pizza random on the screen. Open the sprites toolbox. And then here, set my sprite to a position. So if I touch it, then it has to go to the position. And here I have to change it into the pizza. Now it goes here on the button. So that is 0, 0, the 0, 0 point. So if I see if there is also set position, my sprite, oh, I did that already. Sorry, I did that already. Yeah. Now I have to use the math toolbox and pick random. So I say, hey, math, pick random. I put in the pick random in here. And here they said the arcade is 160 by 120. So this has to be between 10 and 120. And I can copy this one. It has to be 10 and 160. I did this before, so that's very easy. Now you see, it's standing there. If I touch it, randomly it's going somewhere else. Oh. It's out of there. Cannot see it. Here it is. So, but now to make it really interesting, and to make it into a game, I have to have a countdown that I have to pick my pizza within a certain amount of times, or else I will lose the game. So that is in the next one. Open the info here, and you see every time there are more blocks coming in, and here is the starter countdown. And 3. Within 3 seconds. So see what's happening. Oh, I lost already. I was busy here. Yeah. So I have to touch it before the 3 seconds are over. You see? And then you think, okay, and I can make a change. I can change it. I can change it. Every time it is easier to make. Or more difficult. So if I go here to the next, it is finished. You see, here it is till 19. So I can say here finished. I can say publish to project. And I can say here copy. I can put it in my chat, or you can use the QR code with your phone. So your students, they can play it on their phone. And the same as, there it is. Yeah. Here it is. So they can play it. And now you see you have all the controls, all the different kind of blocks they are. So that is really fun to do. I'll get it out, that one. Because you also
Excuse me.
Yes?
How do you ensure that how do you connect this game to the phone? Because probably you might be creating it in the screen, the desktop.
You can, if I press here share, I say publish project, you can scan the QR code. You see the QR code here?
Yes.
Here it is. You can scan the QR code and they can play it on their phone.
Okay, all right.
So that's really fun. Or they can write down, or you can give them, or they can write down the code, which is here, the URL on their phone, and they can play it. And this is what they really find very interested. And also they know like the basic of a game, and now they can add like music, or they can add a scene, or they can add more things. And in this environment is also like 10 or 20 different kind of tutorials what you can do. And I think this one is really fun, and the fun part I will show you too.
Yeah, maybe, Pauline,
I forgot it.
I know this one.
What?
after you create, after you create the codes, you're explaining that you can share it or put it on the phone. Now, maybe you wanted to ask, probably, I don't know, maybe you wanted to ask, when you have got those the microbits, the ones that you showed us, how do you connect, after you create the program, how do you connect it to the physical microbit, like the shoe that you showed us there, so that it can be, maybe it can show some colors and the like?
No, you can.
Yes,
you
like the
cannot,
one that you have now. How do you? Yes.
you cannot.
How do you connect it?
You
Yes.
connect
So the
the
cable.
microbit with the cable. You
connect
connect the
it to your
microbit
laptop?
with your cable, or you connect it to, whether you use the tablet or your phone. You connect your microbit Bluetooth to each other, and then you can code it. You cannot change the color on here. You make it more bright or less bright, but you cannot change the color on here. So, and if you really want to play the arcade game, what I just did, you can download it on here, which is also a kind of a microbit in here, but with a color screen. So this is really cool. You can play it on here too. And then this is
okay. Maybe that's the one. You should show us how you transfer the code from the laptop or phone to the gadget that you are. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is just with your cable in here, so you can download it. Yeah. Let me see if it is working. I'm now in the other screen again. Yeah. I can say here, connect, choose hardware. This is called the meow bit, from a cat's meow bit. Now go download. I just have to pair the device like I did with the microbit. Yeah. It has to be done. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, you can see here's my Chase the Pizza on here, and I can press these buttons. You see? It's fun, isn't it? So this is really cool, but
the video is turned off.
Huh?
The video is okay.
The video is really okay in here. Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
So if you have like one or two in your classroom, that's really fun. But the other one, they just can play it on your phone. You just scan the code and you can play it on your phone, which is also very interesting to do. And of course, the game design is more important. And I really like the retro part of it, how they made it, that they really wanted to have it in a retro style. So I think that is fun. This is called a meow bit. Meow bit. I will put the links in the presentation, show you. And you could.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if I have to move my sprite with my computer's up and down button, ma'am, what should I do, ma'am? I created some basic things. Can I share?
Yeah, well, yes, of course. Can you share it? Yeah, oh, very good. You were very quickly. Very good. You joined me. Happy with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. It should be if when my up and down should be pressed or left or right should be pressed. Ma'am, so what should I do here?
You have to use the control. If you look at the controller, a little bit higher. Yes, one down, control. Yes, no. In the control, yes, that one. There you can say how you want to press it. So
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
So you made your own character, don't you? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, it's fun, yeah, to make. Also, you can code them in JavaScript and Python too. So I noticed in the classroom, my students really like the arcade, making the arcade game a lot, even better than the microbit. So I'm kind of sad with that, but you know. More questions, please. No? Shall I show the some things what I made for the microbit? Will that be fun? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'll open my Insta account. Yeah. Okay. Here you are. Yes, I will show it. So here are some things we make. Here is me preparing an online thing. Here I use like a pixel screen. So they make all the different kind of pixels. They put another a LED light on there. Here I was playing with glasses and servo motors and some forks. Here is the crazy circuit, which you can see. You see how it is turning. This is a 360 servo motor, which is going around with some, it made like an octopus. Here, this one is fun too. There's a reflection on the microbit. You see, the microbit is coded with smiley and making. And here you can see the setup is a paper on the Lego. And here is like a magnifying glass. And there you see the microbit which is changing color is on the top of, because the magnifying is turning it. So here are some things too. Here I made like an, I'm teaching blind and visual impaired children. So I put an NFC chip behind this code, and this code is braille on there, and they can control the car with that. So they can read the code with braille to see what is necessary for them to learn, which is fun to do. Here, this is a fun one. It is a box responding on the, a music box responding on the code with water. So that's just fun to see. Yeah, you can attach this is a project made in Scratch with the Lego and the microbit all together. This one is fun to make. Yeah. Here are 4 servo motors, you see, and 2 microbits connected to each other. This one is a beautiful, this is called the sparklet for the microbit. So you can design such graphics online and you can load it to the microbit like that. It's called for the sparklet. So there are some things what I make or do all with the microbit. Here are those matrices, or you can use buy small cars. Yeah. And yeah. Here is a video with the arcade. You see the small. So it's really a very small device. More questions?
I again have a doubt. After I made it move, how do I stop it?
How do you stop it?
When the yes.
It will when you move with the button, it will stop right away. Yeah. No? You have like on a button pressed also with the, you can see like with the microbit, you can say pressed, released, or repeat. So you can pick those different kind of things what you can use.
I got it, the released one.
Okay.
When up button release, then where the block for stopping it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can send it to me, then I can take a look at it, because it's, for me, kind of difficult to say. Yeah. Are there more questions about more the teaching, how you can do that with your students? Yeah. Oh, here it is. I have to take a look at it. I have to look at another tutorial I made how to do that. So no. If you send me the link, then I will take a look at it. Yes? You can say share on top, on the left top. You can say share. Yes, that is a link. And then you can say to the next under their published post. Yes. And this link, you can share it in the chat and I can take a look at it. Or you can email it me, then I can email you back, or else I will not find you. My email address is in the chat.
I've already sent the link.
Very
in the
good.
chat.
Thank you. Thank you. I see. Yeah. Very good. Are there more questions? Was it interesting enough?
Maybe if we do, very, very interesting. Just asking my fellow educators, teachers to try it. It's very, very interesting, especially to teach the young ones the skills, not only the young ones, but also, okay, I saw my friend there, Ebo Capella, and Felix Kamaku from Kenya is a very good also, is a MI from Kenya. So if we look at, and also Mr. Kalunga there and others, especially educators, if we use this platform, we make some few projects to students, then it means we are training their minds in terms of programming. You see, I know when we visited, we had an opportunity to went to Singapore with Pauline. We are shown how the young boys and girls, the students at the young age, doing programming. I think that's what we are lacking in our country, especially Africa. For example, where I'm coming from, Zambia, like what Vansh asked in terms of where to purchase the microbit. It can be very difficult for us, maybe because of the dollar. It can be a bit expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let me ask you, Pauline, is there a way where maybe if we come up with, I don't know, look for some funds, maybe you help us to purchase in bulk, especially these gadgets, because for our kids to learn how to program, they need to physically use the components. They try to code, then download them. They download the codes on the gadgets so that they see these gadgets working. I think that's the only thing that we are lacking here, because it's where to buy. I remember last time when we connected with my students. Remember, Pauline, you showed us the link where to buy it became a trick and expensive. So I don't know if there's a way, or now we can purchase these gadgets so that we can use them in a class or in school with our students. Can you say something about that?
Yeah, I know that the Microbit Foundation in the UK, which really is, they designed it. They have funding to give microbits away. And I know when I went to Puti in South Africa, they gave me 2 boxes. So I could hand them out to the schools in South Africa when I went there. And I knew that there are people in South Africa asking for more funding when they had to come up with a plan. What do I want to do with it? So they received a lot of microbits then. So there is really a place, or there is ways how to get them. And I can understand that buying them is really expensive. So that is kind of sad. But then still you can also use a lot of, with Scratch, you can do a lot of Scratch too.
Yeah, if there are no questions, maybe if there are no questions, we can switch on our video so that we can have the screenshots of the people who participated.
Yeah, I would like to have one screenshot all together when everybody is turning their cameras on. That would be good. Yeah, that we can share it on the Facebook, yeah, and everybody could see we had fun. Do you make the screenshot then?
Others are still. Can you switch on your cameras?
Very good.
MK,
Yeah.
Mr. Kalunga waiting for you. SQ, MO.
Yes. Smile.
Can you switch on
Thank
your?
you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you can get my presentation, so you can take a look at it, and I will, with your questions I will put more links in the presentation. So you can use it also in your own school, or you can use the code in there. So I think that will be interested, and to make things with the microbit. And also with Scratch, there are so many free material online to use. So that is
I think. Thank you very much, Pauline.
One of them would like.
All the participants.
Vanishka, do you want to speak? Can you speak, please? Yeah.
Where will we get the presentation? On mail?
Yeah, I put them in the chat already.
That wasn't accessible.
Here is the presentation. I put it in the chat. That is the link to the presentation. Yeah.
Yes, that isn't accessible.
Yeah, was that a question?
It's showing that access is denied.
Access is denied. Okay.
Yes.
Take a look at it again. Oh. I will make a long link then. I hope this will work.
Yes, it has opened.
Yes?
For mine too. It's opening.
Very good. Happy to hear. Yeah. Well, I wish you all a good weekend. For me, it's Friday evening. I will go to my wine. And we go to a movie tonight with my husband. So relaxing time.
We thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you very much. I had fun doing it. And if you have any questions, you always can mail me, no problem. And if you want to have another one, a course in half a year, I will do that, no problem. Yeah. I see you. I put a record. I will send you the record. That's no problem. Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye. I have to wait till you're all out.
I have a nice day.
Yeah.
Kalunga.
Bye.
Everyone, our colleagues from India, Pakistan, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Kumwenda, hope you have learned something.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yes, we have really learned something.
I
We need to
must
Yes,
visit
explore
you
please.
in
It's
anyway.
one of
Zambia.
the things.
I must visit you in Zambia when it is
Yes.
possible again, and I can take microbits with me,
Yes,
like I did with
Uh-huh.
Kuti. Yeah.
we
So
shall
we have,
host you. We shall host you.
yeah, I will do. We'll do
And
that.
in fact, also Kamaku Felix is from Kenya. Is very good. Also, we at one point in time we will have also to collaborate with Kenya so
That's
that we
good.
can see how we can share resources, especially
That would be
trainers
good.
from Kenya. They can also train Zambian educators.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kamaku, for attending this session, and thank you, Pauline. And also, I can't. There's no name for this gentleman who's putting on orange. I don't know the name. I think he's.
This is Kalunga also.
Oh,
Ah,
Another Kalunga from Zambia.
another time.
that's great.
Yes.
If I go to
Thank you,
Zambia,
Mr.
I will go to
Then also,
Kenya too. Yeah.
our colleague who's putting on blue. What's your name?
Austin.
Hello.
Ah, no, thank you, colleagues.
Yes, thank you. I will
For
stop
new
the recording now. Yeah.
collaborate. Thank you very much.